shooting party stream with RQ Staffan as our GM tonight. You may notice that there is a black little box up there. Hopefully, a player will be joining us later. It's that way. My bad. Um, Mitchell, who is penny for a tail, yes, above Doc right there. So we're excited for that. Real quick, just to make sure that you guys are tuning into our streams. On Wednesday, Brotherhood of Shadows is actually going to be canceled. And then Friday, we will still be having our Pathfinder Age of Ashes campaign. Not Age of Ashes, my apologies. Pathfinder Beginners campaign, Thronebreaker, on Friday, 8:30 p.m. So make sure that you guys also tune in for that. So enough about me. I'm going to turn the time over to Staffan to go ahead and start this game because we need time to figure out what's going on here.
Welcome, folks. So, recapping briefly, the 29th of November 1928 saw a group of extended friends out on the Exmoor Hills shooting grouse at the estate of their mutual friend, Oliver Plunkett, who had invited them all over for variously a weekend, a week, as long as you care to stay, please be my employee. The group has had a somewhat interrupted afternoon and evening, what with various poachers, strangely clad intruders in the house. But most importantly of all, they have, with the exception of George Littleton, the gameskeeper, settled down to what is going to be a nice long night's rest in very, very comfortable bedding and a really big hot water bottle. So I think we should just go around and reacquaint ourselves with who we are. So starting off with Doc. Who's your today?
You don't want to start with the mysterious black box?
No, I'll say mysterious black box for...
Okay. Awesome. So my name is Doc Rimbo, and I am playing Alfred Tomkins. Alfred is many things. He is an artist, a painter of some skill. He is also basically impoverished. He does not have any money at all. And he is also kind of a himbo. Like, he's handsome, and also he's kind of an idiot. So, and a vegetarian. Those two things are not related. But he is all of these things. And I am delighting in playing him. I loved playing him last week, and I'm looking forward to playing him again tonight. Sam, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm Sam. I'll be playing Miss Maude Vanderbelt, the American heiress to a vast business empire that was created by my father and grandfather. She is very much confident, well-traveled, and does have money and lots of money to spend however she wants. Not that she earned it, she just is very lucky.
So likable.
Okay, I know, super likable.
Right.
And a crack shot at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Here we go, James. Go ahead.
I suppose that leaves me. My name is James Glass. I am here tonight, and you can also catch me with Sam and the others on Sunday nights for Age of Ashes now. If you are familiar with our Star Wars stream, Sam and I also are on that as well. Alex, if you're and hope to see you again soon. I will be playing George Littleton tonight. Little to his friends. Alfred specifically. I don't think anybody else has earned that privilege yet. But yeah, I am the gamekeeper for the estate. Oxford University, friends with Oliver Plunkett, the master of the estate and former soldier from the Great War.
And speaking of former soldiers of the Great War, whilst everybody else is settling in and sleeping snug in their bed, George has taken up guard in the old library in the manor house, sitting in one of the window seats, feet crossed up over on the windowsill, his trusty shotgun hanging over by his side.
Across his lap.
Oh, okay.
Locked, loaded, and ready.
And
get one over on me.
You're sitting, sort of looking out into the dark of the somewhat going to pot garden, and you see the clouds start to move across the sky, as they're wont to do in southwest England in late November. And after a while, you hear the raindrops start to fall against the window, just a soft susurration that tries rather unsuccessfully to sort of lull you into a sense of just floating off into sustained or otherwise sleep. You shake yourself a couple of times. You go over to the server in the corner and pour yourself a tonic to keep your wits as clear as you can. As you're doing this, go ahead and make an idea roll, or just a straight in check, in other words.
Where's my character sheet? There it is. What am I rolling?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Coming right up. That's the green die, right?
Yes.
There we be.
As you hear the rain out of the window, and you're standing by the server, which just happens to be by the fireplace, you're struck by the thought that you're not hearing that metallic pitter-patter and rain on the vent in the grate that you would expect of rain sort of coming down and entering a chimney. But you sort of go, okay, that's a little bit odd perhaps, but you return to your guard seat, as it were.
Can I close the flue?
You go to close the flue, and you find that the flue control is stuck.
Is the fire in the grate lit or cold?
Cold. In fact, there's
Can I
no
relight
sign of wood or anything having been put in there.
Is there any wood nearby? Like, could I start a fire just for my own comfort?
Somewhat oddly, there aren't any logs in the library. You know that there are over in the drawing room and certainly in the dining room.
As a soldier, I'm not unused to being uncomfortable, so I won't leave my post. I will return to the chair and kind of cock the chair to be able to see the fireplace and the window.
Okay.
I start
As you're
to
doing
hum
that,
an old shanty, just something to kind of keep myself alert.
as the strains of your, I don't know, melodical, tortured voice.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
And to be honest, the acoustics of a 17th century wood paneled room doesn't do your voice any favors. You get to make a spot hidden roll.
Coming right up.
Ooh.
15. Quite good.
As you're basically behind this solid wooden leather armchair, just twisting it around to give you the angle you want to keep both the window and the fireplace sort of in view. So just temporarily, you've got the shotgun on the across the arms of the armchair, I imagine. You look up out of the window, and you see a shape stagger off.
Do I have the opportunity to move?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to, if I can, in one motion, scoop up the shotgun and move towards the window. I wouldn't open the window, but I would definitely press my cheek to it to try and keep an eye on whatever the shape was that was moving.
You given the what's now the darkness of the night with the clouds obscuring what moon there is and little, if any, light coming from the house. You do see a shape moving off sort of in that direction, but it disappears. It melds into the darkness, basically.
Can I move through the door to the north into? Is that the garden room?
Yeah. The garden room is basically a fairly large greenhouse that holds a number of plants that otherwise just wouldn't survive the North Devonshire coast climate. So there's a palm tree in there. There's a couple of tomato plants. There's some rhododendrons. No doubt there's a spider plant in there because, let's face it, there's a spider plant everywhere.
I think that my roll 20 is on the wrong level. Anyway, I would move into the garden room there and see if I could reestablish visual contact through the windows, and I would also make sure that those doors are closed and locked.
Okay, so head out, take a look.
Yes, there.
Yep, you take a look out into the garden.
Do I
make another spot hidden roll?
As you wish. Ooh, lovely.
Ooh. That looked... Let's find a bit of background.
Sorry, I'm not using as many monitors as I usually am. Somehow I switch back and forth quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so that one was just a regular success.
Just regular success.
I should turn that down a bit. You don't see anything particularly out there. However, there's just a hint of a whiff of the breeze of something sweet, almost sickly sweet, sort of almost charnel, as you get to make a sanity roll.
Lovely. I would like to make sure that those doors are closed and
indeed
locked.
And yes, you can definitely do that. You can even go so far, actually, since it's the garden house, to bar them, should you wish to. They have basically a fold down wooden.
I would like to do so, if that's
Okay.
all right, and make sure that they are barred and closed, but I did fail that roll.
Okay, in which case you may roll a d3.
A d3.
So yeah, just /r space 1d3, or you might even have it on the character sheet as one of the common dice in the middle. I forget if d3s are part of it.
Ooh, a 1.
Ooh, so that's just a 1 point sanity loss.
Is that the number in the middle, insanity?
Yes. On these character sheets, there are... It's probably good a time as any to go through
I have
those.
33/42/99.
Yes. There's three numbers in big boxes. The right-hand one is your maximum sanity, and is pretty much sort of not really a worry for a one-shot. Your middle one is your current sanity.
I'm ready.
And that's what I'm subtracting from?
Is the number at when you reach it that you go permanently insane.
Lovely.
Do we have an Ernest?
So I've gone from a
Truscott?
42 to a 41.
Ernest is around the house, yes, but as an NPC.
Oh my God, Mitchell, you're beautiful.
Oh, why thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a really good
Ever
color.
delightful and gorgeous Miss Madison.
Who just dabbed.
The gaudiest.
also known as the reason why they had black and white photography.
Ooh, I wonder if you can change that in this.
So yes. But as you look out, George, you find that you close up, you can't see any trace of anything further on towards, but yeah, there was definitely something out there. And it wasn't just one of the dogs.
I would like to, over the next few minutes, set about double checking the doors and windows at ground level to make sure that they're all secure.
Very well.
It will probably take me some time.
Indeed. That seems like a suitable point to swing the camera over to Miss Rhoda Madison and give Mitch a chance to introduce themselves and her.
Excellent. Well, hello, boys. My name is Miss Rhoda Madison, born in Paris to American. Oh, stop it, you. You're going to make me blush now. I am a professional dancer, invited here to accompany Mr. Truscott, I believe is his name.
Ernest Truscott, yes.
There we go, Ernest Truscott, who I'm sure will show me a delightfully wonderful time. So yeah, great to be here.
And just to catch you up a little bit, I would like Rhoda to make, a couple of history checks, if I could be so bold.
You may. There's a first one. You may. Did I do that right?
Yep, that's perfectly correct. That's fine.
I'm not so educated in terms of history. It's more the now that I am.
More,
of course.
I'm glad to see that the historical education level of this group of investigators is consistent.
We have no idea what's going on.
Who needs to know, right?
Exactly. So we will switch to upstairs in I can get this to do the right thing. Come on, roll 20. There we go. Upstairs in the manor house. It's at this point round about midnight. The country rain pattering against the windows behind the drawn curtains as you lie in your perhaps overly soft but oh so comfortable beds, snuggling or keeping away from hot water bottles depending on are you hot body, cold body kind of thing. We find that Alfred who is lying, dreaming of possibly forged £20 notes falling out of a painting frame that seems to hold an image of a American lady of recent acquaintance, as she benignly smiles down upon you. You find that you're suddenly startled awake as in through the door bursts a man. A man dressed in a long red and blue leather waistcoat with a tall pointed hat upon his pate, wielding a very large gun, shouting, "Where is he? Where is the master?"
A bird temper. What? I'm so, oh, hello. I do believe you have the wrong room. This is a
At
bit
which
chamber.
point, Rhoda may make a listen roll.
Oh, jeez. All right. Notice. Listen or notice? I can't find notice.
Listen.
Okay. Ciao.
Okay, there we go. Perfect, yes. Rhoda is lying in bed, dreaming of... Well, at the very least, there's the sound of tap dancing across the boards on the Paris stage. Whether it's the raindrops echoing from outside, when at first you just think that it's one of those "I've fallen through the hole in the middle of the stage that the stagehands accidentally left open" kind of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely hear a commotion from Alfred's room next door.
Alright, well, I best investigate.
Um,
I get out of bed just like this and head towards the door, peeking out, as it were.
Now, sir, now who is it you are looking for? Perhaps I know what room they're staying in. And also, your outfit is lovely. I do appreciate it very much.
where is he? Where is that traitor Sir Godfrey?
Ah,
I demand
Sir
you tell me
Godfrey.
now, he says, and points this rather large pistol in your direction.
Oh, okay, all right.
Make an intelligence check, Alfred.
Oh, I will just automatically fail that, but all right, one moment.
Okay.
There we go.
Rhoda, you're looking out into the hallway where you see not only this tall, gangly man dressed in a rather out-of-date leather overcoat of strange colors and a very odd hat, but also two other gentlemen beside him. Oddly enough, they're wielding long rifles and appear to be wearing metal breastplates and odd round helmets. Make let's see what happens if we try with a history roll first. Start with the odd ones.
Oh God, don't make me. I did it. It's not great.
Yeah, it's not important enough that I would ask you to spend luck on it. However, try an education roll.
Education.
Meanwhile, Alfred's
So,
just trying to be
right.
very polite to these guys.
I don't see education here.
It's under your characteristics on the very top right-ish on the character sheet.
Ah, okay, I see. Excellent. Oh,
Okay. And nah, wouldn't worry about it. Okay, yeah. They seem odd to you, and the man at the front, who appears to be the leader, is shouting basically queries into Alfred's room.
Yeah.
You
Miss
do
Madison. Miss Madison kind of closes the door behind her as she steps into the hallway, placing both of her hands upon her waist and says, "Now looky here. I'm trying to get a good night's sleep, and you're over here gallivanting around in what can only be some theater dress all, and it's quite rude."
Oh, Miss Madison, is that you?
It is. Alfred?
Good evening. Yes, this is
Good
me. These
evening to
gentlemen are
you.
looking for Sir Godfrey. Have you seen Sir Godfrey?
No, but do tell them to, one, keep it down, to two, stop looking so trivial at night, and three, to lower their weapons. It's impolite.
You heard the lady, gentlemen. There's no Sir Godfrey here, as far as I know. Now, where did you leave him last? Sometimes if I lose something, I'll think about the place that I saw it. You say he's a traitor. Did you leave him perhaps in prison, or where else would a traitor be, Miss Madison?
Oh, well, I believe maybe jail or behind bars or something like that. Regardless, I think these gentlemen should leave, or at least allow us the time to come in the morning and to inquire then.
I agree with Miss Madison. Gentlemen, I'll ask you to take your leave so I may return to my sleep. Thank you.
The tall gentleman turns towards Miss Madison, and in this voice filled with disdain, yet just also a hint of a cackle, says, "Oh, be quiet and go away, and
Quite rude.
make a power check."
Who would you like to make that?
Oh, sorry, Rhoda.
Okay.
Ooh, that succeeded. Where are you? There we go. And that's a regular. You feel, Rhoda, this sudden pressure in your head, as though for a second there's somebody trying to be in there with you, but you somehow just manage to shrug it off.
Mm-mm.
And the man just looks at Rhoda with, well, that good old phrase, "if eyes could kill."
Yeah. Rhoda's going to take several steps towards him and get her finger out. "You look here, mister. Now you leave Mr. Alfred alone, okay?"
Thank you, Rhoda. Miss Madison, thank you.
Of course, Mr. Tomkins, anytime.
So, like, at the shrillness of Miss Madison's voice,
Oh, shrill. Okay. Mm.
Maude would finally come out of her room. Just like peering out from the door frame in this like satin nightgown typical of the 1920s, 1930s. Miss Madison, is now really the time for your theatrics and hysteria?
Well, Miss Vanderbilt,
the,
is everyone coming out here? See, we have all lost several, potentially hours of good sleep by these dear gentlemen waving their nefarious doodags around, and honestly, I'm about up to here with it, okay? Up to here.
At which point the tall man says, "This is useless. He's obviously not here yet."
No, he expects
Fires
you.
off his gun at um, Alfred.
No!
Alfred! Yeah!
Well, thanks, everybody. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter. Just do my outro right now.
Hey, it's Doc Rimbo.
So Alfred takes 5 points of damage
Great.
as there is a surge of gunpowder smoke and a mist that seems to grow out of almost nowhere.
Ew. Ow. Did it very much.
You okay? What the hell? Alfred!
That's a real gun.
As the 3 people disappear into the smoke and mist,
Good lord.
Maude comes running up the stairwell going, "What's going on? What's all this noise about?"
There were individuals here, some tomcats in the night with doodads, pointing them at dear Mr. Tomkins here.
They've shot me with their doodads, Miss Vanderbelt.
It was quite horrific. Are you okay,
Would I hear
Mr.
that from
Tomkins?
downstairs?
Yes. Where's Mr.
Like
Littleton?
gunshot.
George hasn't heard anything.
Well, shit.
Would my secretary know any medical knowledge?
Is Dexter medically capable? Let's have a look.
I'm just going to apply pressure.
He's got a passing knowledge, at least, of how to tie a bedsheet. So
I need a new secretary.
Yeah, you do.
You grab Dexter and he apparently doesn't do a whole lot.
Oh, okay, there's the first roll. She will shove Dexter out of the way and say, "My goodness, is this the way that you have learned to apply anything? You're fired." Just like super beside herself with worry for. Let's see here. No, she fails too.
There's something about these sheets that just seems to mean that they leak blood.
Yeah, the blood just keeps seeping through the sheets. We need more sheets. Get a towel.
Now, Keeper, as someone who's suffering from this, can you do first aid on yourself? Is that a possibility?
You can indeed.
All right, now let me give this
You can
a
even
tip
medicine
here.
yourself, should you so wish.
All right,
You
hand me that
shouldn't be
pillowcase there.
moving.
And
Oh,
all right, now if I just dig my hand into the wound, and
yes,
just
to
try to
find the
pull the
bullet.
bullet out, that should work, right?
Oh,
Because I've rolled a 100.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tompkins. It looks like this might be the final pages of whatever book you might be writing,
Madison.
or are you some
No,
sort
I'm a
of artist
painter.
or
I'm a
something?
painter. Yeah, we have
Ah,
images
yes,
like
yes.
this, and
Make
I'd like to do that later.
a
And I'm not.
constitution roll, Alfred.
All right, I shall do that. Constitution, just a straight up Constitution. All right,
Yep.
not very good.
Okay.
cough.
In which case,
Politely, dear.
you take one more hit point of damage.
All right, and now I'm very poorly. I've got not many hit points to
meanwhile-
begin with.
What does? Let's have a look and see.
Can I
if we
go
have-
find George?
Yes, please. Would you go find Little? He was in the war. He must know something about keeping men alive. Yes, I would like to remain alive.
Oh, yeah, that option might have passed by you,
I'd
dear.
like you to stay alive. That'd be great.
Mr.
Madison.
Tompkins. What, Miss Vanderbelt?
Give the boy some hope.
It's all right. I'll just
You're gonna
be.
be fine, dear. She'll rush down the hallway. She's trying to
Oh
find
my!
George.
She called me
Look,
dear.
she's
Okay.
giving advice, and she's wearing her knickers out here in the middle of the night. Not even enough decency to put on some real clothes and makeup.
Oh, I
I'm
must.
always
I must
ready.
say, I averted my
Her
gaze,
makeup
so
is
I wouldn't
done.
know. Mm-hmm. She
All
sleeps in
right.
full makeup.
Who
As
doesn't?
is.
She hasn't taken it off yet.
No,
Yes.
it's part of
Continue
never know
polite
when you're
pressure.
Awake in the middle of the night. Yeah, so she's probably waking the whole house as she's running through the halls, just shouting for Mr. Littleton.
George, make a listen roll.
As you wish. Listen. Fail.
Okay.
She's not screaming very loud.
George is sitting in his armchair, pretty much back to the door that's leading out into the reception hall, looking out of the window, but also keeping an eye on the fireplace. When all of a sudden the door slams open.
Don't shoot me.
Ah!
And in bursts Miss Vanderbelt.
What is it?
Mr. Littleton, you need to come quickly. Something has happened to Mr. Tompkins.
I would
She'll, like,
leap to
rush
my feet
over.
and immediately attend to her.
Do you have any knowledge of first aid from the war?
Enough to keep a man alive, that's for sure.
He's been shot.
What? Wait, what? Why?
He's been shot. I thought you were keeping watch. There were 3 men in here.
I would go like pale as a sheet. No one's been in through the ground level. I've checked all the doors and windows for sure. Is there,
Did you fall asleep or
Keeper,
something?
is there any way that they could have bypassed my checks?
I
made a thorough round of the building to make sure that no one could get in or out.
Unless they'd probably come around the far back, climbed up the stonework to the second story, made their way in through a window, which you're fairly sure you would have heard even against the deadening noise of the rain. It doesn't feel plausible.
It doesn't matter now. Show me. Take me to him.
Okay.
Yeah, she just
How they
grabs
got
your
in
arm and
doesn't
rushes
matter
you up
at
the
this point in
stairs.
time. Yep, I would go along.
I think he pulled out the bullet himself.
Tried.
Wait.
That 100.
What?
I push it deeper inside me.
You have got to be kidding me. All right. Yeah, I would go up the stairs with Maude and find my way to Alfred and start applying first aid.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Little. It appears I've been shot by costumed magicians.
Mr. Littleton, he is in shock.
An extra hole in your body, that's for sure.
Yes,
I
I'm
applying pressure.
Yes, I do believe I am dying.
No, you are definitely not dying. I can assure you of that, my friend. I've seen much worse than this and seen men walk away. I promise you.
I've seen less than this in the theater, and people have lost limbs and died over such things.
You stop talking now.
I just want to provide a little bit of realism.
Never underestimate the power of morale. Walk away.
No, she does have points.
His wee little head. I'm here for him.
It's quite small. My head in this fantasy world.
It is. Just gonna rub your head during this horrible times. You're quite sweaty.
Of course.
There we go. So Alfred is indeed stabilized and regains 1 hit point.
That feels better. Thank you, Little. Now, did you happen to see 3 gentlemen costumed in a strange, I don't know, what would you say, Miss Madison? Knight?
They had doodads, and they look like theater people.
They long doodads that looked like old guns.
But
they were silly, all of them.
If I could get everyone's attention for just a moment, and if we could all just move to the end of the hall, and if we could just congregate in one area so that I could keep everybody under watch, I would greatly appreciate it. Please move in an orderly fashion to the end of the hall.
Whoa, Mr. Littleton, are you really suggesting that you're going to watch over us all night?
No, he's a soldier. He has saved my life.
I will.
Oh dear, I mean, my back and such, I really need something quite soft to lay on. You know what, I will go get my doodad from my room, and I will join you on this little watch, Mr. Littleton.
I would strongly suggest that no one go off
It's
alone.
okay.
Buddy
I
system.
got it.
Everyone. Do not... We could use the buddy system, and if we could all just go in at least sets of 2, that would greatly decrease my stress level at the moment. I know. I'm still trying to staunch the wound on Alfred and bandage him up while everyone else is trying to go separate directions, and it's very stressful.
Yes, it is. Like herding cats.
But
so it says on my sheet that I have a
Miss Vanderbelt, if you could accompany Miss Madison here, please. Take my revolver with you, because I do trust your accuracy and your aim. But if you could not leave her alone, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Now, Little, I must relate to you what happened. All right?
We'll have time for that once you've stopped bleeding.
All right. Very good.
For the purposes of firearms, all the shotguns are currently locked up in the boot room downstairs in the main house.
I do
All right,
have
I'm going to
my
need that
shotgun
open.
George, obviously,
loaded,
who
and
carries
I do
these.
have my service revolver on me.
Yes, I was going to say,
Mr. Littleton, I need a shotgun if I'm going to protect this household.
You don't need a thing. Maude, if
Oh,
you
what
would be
is
so
this?
kind as
I
to,
don't need a thing? Sir,
what
I
you
need
need
a
to
shotgun
do
if I'm going to
is,
protect this group here.
Don't you
well,
have a
perhaps
doodad
if
to
you
get
could
from
stay
your
with
room?
the group, that might be a little bit easier.
Fine, Mr. Littleton. I will let you play hero right here and now, but I assure you, later in the night, you are going to want me to have a doodad set upon my two hands.
I am no hero, Mum. Heroes are
That's
men
right.
that don't come home from the war.
Heroes are women who go out there and do what I do on a day-to-day basis, okay? Thank
We'll
you.
just have to agree to disagree. All right, then.
Go and light a cigarette.
Miss Vanderbelt, if you don't mind, if you could accompany Miss Madison to her room to gather whatever doodad it was that she wanted, please do take this with you, and I would extend my service revolver to Maude specifically.
Yeah. She'll take the
I expect to have
revolver.
that back by the end of the night.
Oh, I should hope so. She'll open the cylinder to see how many bullets are in it. And then
It is fully loaded.
that closed. Yeah. Miss Madison.
Yes, Miss
Remember,
Vanderbilt.
if you need more than one shot, you need to work on your aim.
Do you believe I'm a better shot than you?
If history
Are you
has
talking-
any say, I believe so.
All right. Shall we go to your room, Miss Madison?
Go to good hands, Miss Madison.
Sure. Did we
Look
want
at
to go
your
downstairs
doodad.
and maybe get? Yeah, so maybe get some a drink or two, or I don't know how long this night will take, and
I'm going
honestly,
to
I
shoot
can't
for
fathom
myself.
spending this night without some sort of libation or something.
Of course you can't.
That was.
well,
You see
you're
the
aware that
muscle
these-
in George's jaw, just like twitch.
that one
As
vein on
he's
the
attending
forehead.
to Sir Tomkins.
Well, you're basically all aware that the one server that is filled with various libations is in the library.
Oh,
No
yes,
one goes
excellent.
downstairs.
When room one got rather emptied last night.
To the library. Oh,
You're
Mr.
quite
Littleton, you haven't been
flippant.
able to control anyone. So I am not flippant, all right? I just have a mastery control about the environment around me, and I do not let fear control me. No, I am from France, and we do not shiver.
Clearly,
George makes
she,
eye
eyes
contact
what
with
she's
Maude
wearing.
and just mouths the words "friendly fire." Yeah.
Right.
So, where are we going, Miss Madison?
Well, first off, we're going to the library to get a little bit of drinks. Second off, I would like to go to wherever you guys are keeping the shotguns. I would like a shotgun in my hand. Third off, I believe after that we are meeting in the study with Mr. Littleton so that he may gaze upon us throughout the night in a short attempt to protect us, or at least provide us comfort.
Would I have the key to the gun cabinet?
No, that's the two
No?
keys are Oliver has one, and the butler Horseworthy has the other.
Where's the butler? It's always
He did
the
it.
butler. Yeah.
Where's Oliver?
Yeah. Oh no.
Shit!
One of
Oliver!
my kids,
Language,
well,
Mr. Littleton.
that's
Jeez.
I believe that's the least of our worries right now, Miss Madison.
Decorum is never a least of our worries. All right? It separates civilized individuals from the uncivilized.
I stand corrected. You are, of course, correct, madame. I apologize for my crudeness and my crass behavior. Now, if you could kindly get your arse back up here as fast as possible.
I see us all of us moving around here on the map. Are we all going to the library? I'm assuming I'm laying down.
You're
Trying to recover.
basically bound up and capable of moving.
Okay. I'll just stay close to Little, so I'll go wherever he goes.
I would assist him and kind of help him carry his weight wherever we happen to be going.
Well, the library.
Are you all right, Alfred? Are you?
Well, yes. Did you know when I was a child, I almost died of tuberculosis, and so I've been through worse things than this. It's just a tiny little hole. I was surprised that I couldn't pull the bullet out myself. I tried.
Well, perhaps in the morning when we have more light, I can assist with that. But we definitely need to.
I'm more worried about the magicians.
The magicians?
3 men dressed as knights, some sort of, I don't know, skit they were doing, where they were looking for someone named Sir Godfrey, and then they shot me, which was unexpected. And then they must have put down some sort of pyrotechnic display, and they vanished like mist.
Sir Godfrey.
Yes, they were dressed like knights.
It was confusing. About that.
All right.
Yes. Well, that's a very interesting story. Now let's get someplace safe if we could, please. Thank you very much.
Yes, and a drink.
With that exposition in place, I think I would like the 4 of you to roll an idea roll, so just an intelligence roll.
Oh, yes, easily. No, not at all.
This is quite disturbing. Quite disturbing. I have no idea what's going on right now.
Rhoda has an idea. She's got an idea.
Miss Madison.
Yes.
You've had a few moments to calm down after the excitement, and you think back to the events of yesterday afternoon when you came across what Oliver vouchsafed was a pair of poachers who opened fire at your group out on the moors, but they disappeared in quite a lot of gun smoke. Oddly similar to the smoke effects that you just saw a little while ago.
Well, gentlemen and Miss Vanderbelt, I believe I've seen such an important performance the other day. If you don't mind. Hold on. They accosted us yesterday while we were out in the woods and then disappeared in the same fashion, the same sort of smoke.
Now that you mention it, that does seem familiar.
The poachers.
Yes, the poachers. Good memory, Mrs. Vanderbelt.
Nothing
gets by you.
Yes. That's all.
Did either of them look like the poachers from yesterday? Alfred, you got a look at them, didn't you?
Like whom?
The
Look like
poachers
who? I'm
yesterday,
sorry,
the
I
two
didn't.
gentlemen that accosted us in the woods.
Oh no, the poachers yesterday. And Keeper, correct me if I'm wrong. They were just dressed in sort of like raggedy clothes, right? The two poachers in the
Somewhat
they weren't dressed
raggedy.
as nice.
Looked like leather, possibly leather workman's clothes. But yeah,
Yes. No,
with a
they were
slight edge.
dressed they were dressed humbly, as if they were tradesmen, workers with leather jerkins. No, these three men, they looked as if they were attending a costume party, dressed as knights.
A poor costume party, if I would like to add.
Yes, and
And you
uninspired.
said they were after Sir Joffrey?
No. I believe it was Sir. I've lost it now. What was it? Was it Godfrey?
Godfrey. Aye, that's what you said. When
Started
we
with a
find
G.
Sir Oliver, we should ask him about that.
All right.
Ask him if Sir Godfrey rings a bell.
They called him a traitor in this scene they were performing before they shot me.
Oh, quite dramatic, really overacted, if you ask me. They might have come from a small theater performance, these poachers and their little doodads and their weird dressing ways. In any case, Mr. Littleton,
Perhaps
do
they
you
were
intend to watch us all night? Say again, Mr. Tomkins?
I was saying, but perhaps they were intoxicated as those two men in the woods, confused.
I do love the way you talk.
To
It's
answer
almost
your
like
question,
a nice
Miss
whiskey.
Madison, I do intend to watch you all night if needs be.
All right, Little, that sounds good.
Wouldn't be the
Wow.
first night that I've spent on watch.
Have you been down
I'm
here?
glad
all
you
evening?
worded it in that way. Truly.
Little, have you been on watch all evening here, looking out the windows?
I have.
Oh, you
I
must be
did see
exhausted.
something earlier that aroused my suspicions, but I made sure that all of the windows and doors were closed and locked, so unless they've climbed the trellis or scaled the sheer walls themselves, then
Or are
it's
magicians?
not likely that they've made it past me. This is quite unusual. Quite unusual.
It is strange.
Well, let's not get our knickers
Please,
all tied
stay
up.
together. Strength in
Yes.
numbers.
Okay,
Of course.
let's split up.
No?
I believe
right.
one of
Let's
us
all
should go
stay
check
together.
on Mr. Plunkett
Let's,
if we're gathering here.
Don't go off alone. If you're going to go off, take someone with you.
I think
Miss
I'll
Vanderbelt,
stay
I
here
will
with
accompany
Little.
you. Yes,
Very
Tomkins,
good.
you
Alfred,
cute
you're in
little
no
adorable
condition to
thing.
go anywhere. You stay with me.
No, I'm staying here with you, Little.
Aye.
Oh, such a
Right.
lovely time. Come, Miss Vanderbelt.
All part of the evening's festivities.
Oh, I quite
I
hope
need
so.
another
This has been
drink.
quite a fascinating time. Of course.
So the two ladies wander off back out of the reception hall, up the staircase underneath the chandelier, and make their way back up into the main bedroom wing on the second story of the manor house. You're aware that, Miss Vanderbelt knows that Oliver should be asleep in his bedroom, which, if you recall correctly, is just down a private corridor from his bathroom suite, which you are sharing with him for your stay.
Yes.
The door to the entrance to the corridor is currently closed.
Was it open when she previously left to go see what the
No,
ruckus was? Okay.
no, it's been closed basically ever since she saw Oliver go in, presumably to head to bed.
Yeah, she'll knock politely on the door, and await for an answer. And if she doesn't hear an answer, she'll open it.
Yeah, there basically isn't an answer on that door. So you open it and you realize that, oh, there's the second door leading to the bedroom.
Just making sure it's
Beyond
decorum.
it doesn't look like he spent the night sitting on the toilet or anything quite as dramatic as that.
Oh, but there is a bathroom nearby, yes?
There is the bathroom, and that door is currently closed because Oliver knows that he's sharing it with Maude, so therefore, out of propriety, he would have left it closed rather than slightly ajar.
Excellent. I'm going to open up that bathroom door real quick and shuffle about in there to try to find a razor or something to protect myself with.
Make a luck roll.
Come on, luck. Come on, luck.
Okay, yep, there's... you have a choice. There is a gentleman's straight edge racer with a traditional walrus bristle brush standing in a porcelain glass. There is also a ladies' racer with a fine mother of pearl handle and just slight gold filigree inlay in a presentation case up by the sink.
Oh my! Well, if you're going to do something, do it in style. And she'll take the lady's knife and dribble her hands over it. And all right, Miss Vanderbelt, let's go. I believe I'm ready.
I do believe that is mine.
Oh, surely not. This old thing is kind of gaudy. It's really not your style. It's a little cheap, don't you think? You probably have it for your
It looks
service.
like your travel case one, I have to say.
Come, Miss Vanderbelt, open the door.
See her switch off the safety on the gun. But then she'll go knock on Mr. Plunkett's door.
I love it when a party starts to break down even before the sanity rolls hit.
We'll be dead before
Player
the
sanity
first
versus character sanity.
The real monsters were inside us all along.
They were.
Indeed. Beautiful. Well, you head along in sort of modern to the door to Oliver's bedroom, which is yet again closed. So, did Maude say that she was knocking, or is she just opening?
She's knocking. She
Okay.
has some standards and politeness.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a listen roll, Maude.
Certainly. Listen.
Yeah. You can hear vague sounds of snoring coming through the door.
She'll open the door
Okay.
and go to rouse Mr. Plunkett.
Okay. Mr. Plunkett is asleep in his bed wrapped 3 times around his duvet in a pink and light blue striped pajamas, including the fluffed hat with the bobble on the top.
Oh my. Mm-mm.
Basically out to the world, and there's a Maude can looks up and sees that there is indeed a half bottle of perhaps not the best single malt whiskey on the bedstand.
Curious. She will reach out and shake him to try and wake him up, since them entering the room didn't seem to.
Not now, Henry. It's still dark out. Good God, man! What? Maude! And he does that whole try to find a blanket and cover himself, but of course he's all wrapped up in it, so he just tangles himself further, and it all sort of coalesces into basically a Groucho Marx maneuver. Sorry, Harpo Marx.
Confused. It's your lucky night, good sir. You have these 2 lovely ladies wishing
Miss
you a
Madison.
happy evening. We are just waking him up, Miss Vanderbelt. Now get up. Things have happened. A gunshot occurred, and I'm surprised you are still asleep.
Well, yes, please, ladies, give me a moment, and I will see you all downstairs shortly. Sure.
Excellent. Get your knickers on, and we'll see you downstairs.
Well, Mr. Littleton insisted that we use the buddy system. Why don't we just wait out in the hall?
Very conscientious of him, I'm sure. I'll be sure to commend him appropriately.
Yes, he is very adamant about watching us all sleep tonight, and so that should be what should happen, I guess. He has the gun.
I guess I had no choice. Please, if you would be so kind, I will be down in but a while.
Excellent. Oh, Miss Vanderbelt, you acted with such decorum, wisdom, and bravery during that time. It was quite wonderful to see.
Maude will brush past Rhonda and exit the room.
Oh, she loves me. All right, toodles. Close the door. Rolling to put his trousers on.
Yeah, the pair of you arrive back in the library, shortly joined by Mr. Plunkett in a rather hurriedly put on suit. The shirt is still half unbuttoned. He's just wearing socks but no shoes.
Hello, Oliver.
Oh, Alfred! What's this nonsense, George, about a shot?
Yes, look at this.
Oliver will make a quick sanity check.
The eyes. Oh, God.
Okay, so that's a D3 sanity loss.
Well, shit. Oh!
Everything's fine.
Don't worry, it was only a trio of magicians.
In relation
just
to
I
a
have
us,
it,
where
magicians.
are the rest of the shotguns?
Oh, they'll be in the boot room, I'm sure. Then he takes George, whoever wants to come along over, and
Yes, let's do this.
Picks up
you all
part
stay
of the keys.
here. Everyone,
The-
stay put. Maude, if you would so kindly come with me to retrieve a couple of shotguns, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, but I want a good one.
Hand the shotgun that I have to Oliver.
Good choice.
Okay.
Oliver, you.
Oliver, take this. Do not use it unless you absolutely have to. We shall return shortly. Miss Vanderbelt, if you would be so kind as to return my revolver, I would greatly appreciate it while we go and retrieve a few more firearms to distribute to the rest of the party.
Yeah, you'll notice that she clicks the safety back on before she hands it back over.
She's a pro.
It's kind of that like look of understanding of, oh, you do know what you're about. All right. Well then.
Quick glance
if you
over
would
at
be
Miss
so
Madison.
kind. And as soon as she hands it over to George, he clicks the safety back off, but keeps it pointed towards the floor.
Okay. Or he might, I don't know, does he keep it in hand or does he holster it? Because he reckons if he's going to be going into the shotgun. Okay.
He doesn't want to be surprised by somebody else that's already in the room.
Gotcha. Okay.
He is on like full paranoia, PTSD mode. Like he is in battle right now. This is a war zone.
Fair.
So they are retrieving no less than 3 of the shotguns and as many shells as they can get, and carrying them back over across the hall to the library and distributing them to the rest of the party. And then George would actually like to go retrieve the butler and the rest of the servants and bring them downstairs as well.
And the rest of your hunting party, and Oliver will say, yeah, by all means, bring down the staff and the rest of the hunting party, but please, let Susan sleep. She's far better. She really needs her sleep. She has not been doing well lately.
Do you know what disturbs sleep more than anything? Being murdered in the middle of it.
Well, surely if you're doing your job, Mr. Littleton, that won't occur.
Yes, please.
I am doing my job, Miss Madison. And that is why
and there
everyone
I thought it was just Cook going around screaming, we'll all be murdered in our beds.
I'm sorry, what?
says Oliver.
I think we can all do without a single night of sleep as long as we all survive the evening. Now, I've seen entirely too much tonight to be comfortable with anyone being on their own. You've brought me here, Oliver. You've brought me here to keep you safe. That's why you called me. That's why you brought me here. Let me do my job.
Well, eventually you manage to gather everybody somewhat bleary-eyed.
If in the morning this all seems to be an overreaction, you're welcome to dismiss me from my position.
Excellent.
Saved your life. But let me do my job.
Everybody basically takes it with somewhat good grace, with the exception of Beryl Horseworthy, the housekeeper, who is quite clear. I mean, she accepts it, but you can tell that she does so under extreme mental process and is continuously basically giving you the glare eye.
Good.
And I
but then
accept
again,
it gracefully.
um, you wouldn't expect anything less from Beryl, so.
No, I would not. As a matter of fact, I give her one of the shotguns.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly plenty of the. I think they're mostly 12 gauges, but there's a few 16s.
As a matter of fact, Beryl, would you like to perhaps accompany me to the kitchens to bring out some tea for everyone, so that we might.
Oh, no need to bother yourselves on our account, sir. Um, Hannah?
Please do not go alone.
No, Hannah, you come with me. You heard the gentleman. We need tea, and quickly.
As Noah with the ark, 2 by 2, lass, 2 by 2.
And
Take you for a religious man?
the 16-year-old scullery
I'm
maid
not.
wanders off with the housekeeper and cook to arrange some of the refreshing means of staying
Something
awake
calming.
through a dark and rainy November night.
I look at Maude and say, there are no atheists in foxholes, love.
There are plenty of atheists. I think even after the war, people often question whether or not God exists at all to allow such horrible things to happen on a constant basis.
Have you ever heard the shells falling around you? Heard your friends screaming and dying? In that moment, you tell me there's
Something
no
like
God
that.
and there's no devil.
Oh. Well, I don't know if there is a devil, but there's certainly not a God, and there's not a God who cares about any of us.
Oh, I didn't say he cared, love.
Oh, well, I guess that's pretty much the same thing as there not being a God at all. Apathy in existence. It's really the same thing, at least in terms of who we are as little creatures here in this star-speckled of a world. Small that we are, trying to glean the slightest bit of imagination or information that this world tries to provide us, and yet failing desperately in the small fraction that we were provided.
I'm Presbyterian.
We can wax
Ooh.
poetic all day tomorrow once the sun has rose. But tonight,
Well, we have some time. I'm not sleeping. I feel like I can't, so I'm just going to sit here and probably talk. I think hot chocolate with a little bit of schnapps involved would be lovely. Maybe rum? Who knows? Let's mix it up.
would whiskey settle your palate? And he takes out his flask from a breast pocket and just kind of offers it to whoever would like it.
As long as it's with
Maude
hot chocolate,
will immediately take it.
Scotch whiskey. Scotch whiskey, as it were. I hope it's not too harsh for your palate, but I do hope it's to your liking.
Well, I would enjoy
No,
this
then-
probably a little soft, but
Oh my God, Mitch! Are you fucking serious?
Oh.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
lady has to be prepared at all times.
Indeed. You know, I think I may have judged you improperly, my dear Miss Madison. I think you and I might have more in common than I first thought. You are a surprise.
Just say treasure, dear. Treasure surprise,
a
both,
treasure.
both I will take. You know what? I had the same
Indeed.
feeling. That's why I knew I would hate you. Is because you're so much alike, you and I.
Oh, see, well, I shall have to reconsider my opinion of you.
Excellent. Well, we have all night for opinions to be reconsidered, and I look forward to it.
Well, I do apologize, but I do have work to do. So if you'll excuse me, and I take my shotgun and my service revolver, and I go about securing the room and double checking the sash on the windows, double checking the door, and then I post. Actually, I would post up in the doorway and wait for Hannah and the other servants to return with tea. And I would kind of keep an eye on the hallway and on the library at the same time.
Very well. Well, this is
Can
probably
Maude
as
go
good a
with
moment
him?
as any to
Sorry.
describe the library a little bit, since it is a somewhat unique room in the house. Most of the house was rebuilt in the 18th century following some fire event. But the library in particular seems to be dating back even further. It's got ancient wood paneling. There is a large dark oak reading table surrounded by armchairs in the middle. There's a stone fireplace, as we know, unlit and without wood. And as you're all sort of moving around, it wouldn't be a Cthulhu scenario unless I called for at least one library use roll.
Let's use this library.
I'll use the heck out of it.
I know, right?
Suck at it. I'm not good.
Let's make a fire.
What's a library even for?
Library?
Ew. Firewood, right?
All right.
Well,
Rhoda
shit.
knows about libraries.
There's books here.
They sure are. That's where they live. It's like a
I
house
don't
for
read.
books.
Well,
Reading's for sissies.
I know,
you
right?
look around, and there's most of the books in here date to probably the mid 18th century or so, but particularly Miss Madison, as she's taking a look around, notices sort of scattered in amongst all this 18th century romantic claptrap. There are some earlier works, remnants of pages, broken down spines, that kind of thing. Variously written in Latin, Dutch, French, which kind of is what catches her eye. Let's see. First up, we have a piece from a book titled West Country Witches, published 1891.
Do you guys see this here? Show the book
What's that?
around as I put it out on the table. It's quite interesting literature they have here in this library.
Oh, look, there's a name. There's a name in here of Sir Godfrey. That's who those gentlemen were looking for. They're late. That's 30 years to
Seems-
it.
Alfred, this is
least.
why you were shot. This right here. Was it worth it?
They were looking for this book, I think.
There is also another piece called The West Country Martyrs, published slightly earlier.
Yeah, open up all these books and just put them in the counter. Like,
Sir Godfrey Haskins again. Nathaniel Fawcett. Well, he was a witch hunter. Sir Godfrey. Oh, it looks like Sir Godfrey was killed in his... Oh, we're in Exmoor. There's a lovely series of coincidences.
Then there are some diary excerpts that you run across.
All right. A library, yes, okay. Interesting.
Oh, this
Seems
is
to
gonna
be about.
it's gonna rattle us, though. Honestly.
All right. Well, if these first two books are correct, I'm focusing on these because I have no interest in architecture. It looks like Sir Godfrey lived at his house. You don't think it's this house, do you? It has the same name.
Well, I think yes. I think those little theater troupe students or whoever they are might have read some of it and gallivanting around and causing trouble for Alfred's.
This is not a skit. This is an historical reenactment.
There we go. Oh, that is
it's
worse,
all
I
good.
think.
All right, but it appears that the men who were looking for him, the leader, who I assume the tall man was playing, it appears that he died upon the expedition. So he probably died here, on this land.
Is there a place where his body might be? Somewhere on the premises?
Not sure. Well, of course, there is.
Or
This
can I
mound,
recall
yes.
knowledge? Yeah. Okay.
I was going to say the same thing.
George, as they're sort of discussing this,
Yes.
feel free to make an intelligence roll.
Intelligence. I am not
Okay.
intelligent.
Ooh, dumb.
Meanwhile, Rhoda comes across something quite strange.
It's a
I'm in
doodad.
security mode. I am not thinking logically. I'm looking out for intruders and anybody that might shoot someone.
What's that, Rhoda? What did you find?
I don't know. You take a look at it.
First of all, it's old, very old. Something about using purified blades to drive back dark messengers.
Well, if it's old, it probably has a wrong consideration of what purified really means.
I think so.
And just beside it, now I know it says a Dutch text, but the portion that this refers to is actually in French inside the Dutch text and talks about le livre de temps, the book of time.
I speak French.
You sure do.
It's why we needed Rhoda along all along.
Yes. I was needed.
Otherwise, we would just
Vanderbelt.
Otherwise, we just would have used this book as firewood.
It's important to be warm.
All right, Rhoda, will you tell us what this book says?
Yes, excerpts from notes about time. The bridge can only reach to a time when the stars are correctly aligned so as to complement and complete the alignment at the time of leaving. Only so can Tawel al-Umul, guide and teacher of the bridge, Accompany he who summons. This sounds like a bunch of willy wash. That's what it sounds like.
Keep
Some
getting
mystical.
it. Keep getting.
Okay, fine. Teacher of the bridge, accompany he who summons him to the destined place. He will reveal the true reality of his being, and to him the sacrifices be made at each of the bridges. Alsoth, as the heathen say, Alsoth is the bridge and the guide. In annotated comments, Master Varsuvio notes that each summons can greatly disrupt the true order of things, as the streams of time become troubled and confused around the beginning and the end of the bridge in time.
Bridge.
And that's
stream
why
of
I
time.
won several awards for my monologues.
It's very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Oh,
All right, now,
Tomkins,
Miss
you
Vanderbelt,
alley-cat.
you're being very quiet. I'd like to hear
Isn't
what
she?
you think about all this. Is she in the room, Miss Vanderbelt? Hello?
I don't know
Vanderbelt.
where I'm at.
She's not here. She went to get guns.
She probably didn't make it.
This has taken a couple of hours or so. So yeah, everybody is basically sort of gathered back in the vicinity and is pretty much socializing over tea and or whiskey, or tea and whiskey, depending on personal preferences.
Hot chocolate and Everclear.
Drinking whiskey.
Can't
She's
say that
like
I
sitting in an
complain to that.
armchair.
Oh, I would be posted up behind Maude for sure.
Oh my.
Sharing a flask, passing back and forth the whiskey.
What was that, Madison, that you were reading? I couldn't understand anything that you were saying with that voice.
Oh,
She said
you're not
entirely too much whiskey.
You're not a regular patron of the theater arts, I understand. In any case, it
yes.
speaks about
Not your
summoning.
arts.
Did it suddenly get darker in here? I feel like there's a bit of shade over in this corner.
Oh, I get it.
Yes. I understand Miss Vanderbelt is not attuned to the quality of theatrical performances that hail from the glistening romantic lands known as France, and thus she has been wallowing her days here in the countryside of, in places where people get shot at night. Any case, Miss Vanderbelt. Oh, go ahead, Tomkins. I always like to hear you speak.
Now, while this nonsense is going on, do any of these words stick out to me? Anything familiar? I mean, I have no history ability, but I'm just like, he's very interested in these texts. Alfred is. Maybe it's just the booze.
Make an education roll. Why not?
Yeah, certainly. Well, that I can do. All right. I have had an education. You see. Not a good one, but... Yeah, there we go. Excellent.
Okay, yeah. Almost a hard even. Well, the time that the various texts and so forth seem to correlate to and speak of would put it round about the early 17th century, which would be the time of the English Civil War. Which, and I know Alfred isn't much of an architect, but that would have been from the general style of the main manor house, when the reconstructed portion of it was built.
And would that have been before or after the summer house was built onto the mound in the back?
The summer house looks to be a more recent addition. From the notes that you found in the diary and the sketches that were behind the
landscape,
painting in the landscape in the drawing room that you found yesterday, you believe that the summer house was built by the original Plunkett when he bought and restored the property in the mid-1700s.
Okay. Interesting. This house has quite a history. It seems like the library is one of the oldest parts, and then much of the house was rebuilt after Oliver, after your great-great-grandfather came along, and the Plunkett family moved in.
No, indeed, but that's all just history.
Yes, but of course we have had.
No need to look behind.
Oh, that's
there's
ridiculous.
perfectly. Yes, you always have to look behind. Unless, well, the dagger that's placed right beneath your shoulder blades.
Dagger.
Always
Wait,
so
what?
dramatic. There's no dagger, Mr. Tomkins. Clearly,
Good.
just dramatics. I believe we are just all tired and grasping at straws right now. Mr.
Yes.
Littleton, could we perhaps return to our rooms and try and get some sleep before the sun fully rises?
I'm afraid I can't allow that this evening, Madame. I'm terribly sorry, but it is vitally important that we all stay together tonight. Perhaps tomorrow, after I've had a chance to secure the rest of the property and suss out what happened to Mr. Tomkins this evening, then we can all retire to our rooms for some rest. But I'm sure you'll agree that this evening particularly, it's important that we all stay together.
Maude will stand up with the shotgun that she has, and why not just secure the perimeter now?
That's a good idea.
Because it's dark and it's difficult.
Right, but we have lanterns, we have lights. You said you saw someone outside. Perhaps those magicians are outside. Yes, they are dressed historically to be reading things about time.
Perhaps
Maybe
it
there's
would be easier to spot them in the daylight, and I must insist that we all remain indoors for the remainder of the evening. In the morning, you may... I know that all of the rooms have got heavy curtains, and that we could perhaps get some rest after the sun has risen and I've had a chance to secure the perimeter, but I must insist that you defer to my experience when it comes to the matters of security. Please.
Yes, well, I do trust you, Little. I do trust you, so yes. That's fine,
I would not be able to... I would not be able to stomach if something happened to any of you this evening on my watch. It would trouble me greatly, and I do not think that I'd be able to live with myself if something should happen to you, particularly Miss Vanderbelt.
Then come with me, because if I have to sit in this room for another moment longer, then the danger will be in this room and not without.
Perhaps if we could, perhaps if you were to share a room with someone for the evening, I would feel better. Would that be an acceptable compromise?
I suppose that will have to do. Are you offering, Mr.
I
Littleton?
must insist that no one spend the night alone. I'm
perfectly sure that would be all right, says Oliver. By the way, who somebody's being dashed decent. They've cleaned up the books and even managed to light a fire in the old dilapidated fireplace.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Say what?
Where?
You look around and you see that the books are no longer on the table where you had spread them out. There is a roaring fire in the fireplace.
All right, which one of you did this? All right.
George
also
is
looking
right
around his-
and goodly freaked
Oh,
out
shit.
by this.
Yeah, Madison's like, takes out the knife. Who the fuck moved the books when I was reading it? One of them was French. None of y'all motherfuckers speak French. So I'm sorry. That was an outburst.
Miss
I was
Vanderbilt,
angry
if
and
you would be so kind
concerned.
as to retire to your room with Mr. Tompkins.
Oh, all right. We shall have a slumber party.
Should Tompkins be moved? He has like a hole in his chest, and he already looked
stunning.
sickly and weak before that. So
That's why I asked Miss Vanderbilt to keep an eye on him. I trust her over the
scandalous.
rest of you put together.
And
Miss
as you
Madison,
turn
if
to
you
look
would be so
over
kind as
Alfred
to
once
accompany
more,
Mr. Plunkett back to his room as well.
you look over, and the books are back on the table. The fireplace is as dead and cold as it always was.
What the bloody hell is going on here?
yeah, I'm freaking out. I don't want to go anywhere. I need Tompkins to sit his little ass on the couch, and I need everyone else to stay in this room till we figure out the shenanigans that are happening before our very eyes.
My shotgun
I
is
sit my
cocked
little ass
and loaded.
on the couch.
Got
do
my
sit
knife
down.
out.
Shite.
Get a hold of yourself,
Are
Mr.
you
Littleton.
I would look at Maude and go, do you think I've got a point now?
She doesn't know what to say, but she also will raise the shotgun. Apparently, this room isn't safe, though.
Well, let's find one that is, shall we?
Well, hold on. What if we took every little word that was written in these books as truth? What then? How would the narrative change? What would we then do, understanding that something nefarious could be happening right here on the premises?
I don't know. And
right.
now, I don't care to find out. If it was up to me, I'd lock you all in the basement and go on a roundabout myself.
Oh, Mr. Littleton.
I know. I think Miss Madison has a point. Okay, all right. If we think about all these things, there is a repeated theme of a stream of time. Yes, we have seen a man or three men, historical magicians, dressed as knights, and I don't know. What was the man? Little, you saw something outside. What did you see? Were they dressed as a knight, or perhaps a Neanderthal?
I couldn't see
Speaking of which,
anything.
everybody can make spot hidden rolls.
Oh, lovely.
Which WITCH? Which?
Spot hidden.
Oh, jeez.
Extreme
99.
success. Yes. Maude, you are my girl.
So
She's beginning to believe.
it obviously is just so happens that let's see, fail there. Okay, so yes, it obviously so happens that Miss Vanderbilt and Miss Little are standing arguing just behind that big armchair that's sort of facing out into the garden. When you suddenly see face almost pressed up against the window, a very gaunt, skin-covered, skeletal face.
Does that say Lich?
Apparently.
Yes, Lich.
Throwing my dagger.
That moves away from the window. Now, George has already made the sanity check for this, so the other three of you get to make sanity rolls.
Right.
Yay. My favorite.
I would immediately try and track it into the garden room. When I see it move away from the window, I would immediately try and move in the direction that it was moving, especially if the garden room is banked in windows. I wouldn't go outside, but I would try and keep an eye on it as best I could, if at all possible.
Absolutely. We'll get there in just 1 second. First of all, I need...
Like, George would immediately, like, bust into motion.
Mm-hmm. Bursting through people as he goes.
Yeah.
I need Maude, Alfred, and Rhoda to roll a d3 for me, please.
Where am I? Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems
Okay,
like
we're all getting
Roll20 hasn't quite got the hang of Call of Cthulhu yet. It consistently rolls minimum sanity loss.
Oh, yeah.
No.
How do you on this character sheet note sanity loss?
You just reduce the middle number of the 3 of the sanities.
Okay, got it. 64.
That's unusual.
I used to dream of having sanity goes.
Here, start having us roll d10s.
I once dreamt of being sane.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, I feel like...
Okay, so... George has run out and is busy scrabbling with the barring piece to the greenhouse doors. It's one of those sort of sliding greenhouse doors, and like every other sliding greenhouse door in existence, it's ordinarily half jammed with earth and stuff in the tracks.
And of
course, it's got that wood stopper. So go ahead and make a dexterity check, please, George.
What am I making a roll for?
Oh, sorry, dexterity.
I do want that door to stay closed, by the way.
Okay.
You open it.
No, that's fine. You move to open it up a little bit, but it jams after about 6 inches. And then you go, okay, now I wanted it closed anyhow, so you can reclose it, no problem, but you're not getting out that way in a hurry.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't be trying to. I would be trying to spot any sort of movement through the windows.
Okay.
My primary my primary I guess my priority would be to keep everything as locked down as possible.
Fair.
No, you are not allowed to go out the window. That's the whole reason I didn't shoot. It's because I don't want to break the window.
Maude opens the window.
No!
Maude opens the
window.
window.
You're killing me, Small. You're killing me. Do you want to die?
Unfortunately, there isn't a smell roll, but
There should be.
yeah, you're greeted by the waft on the breeze of a sickly, sweet smell.
It's a sepsis of Alfred's wound.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah. Make a first aid roll.
Who? Me?
Oh, sorry, Maude. Okay, yeah. You have come across that before. It's a corpse smell.
Maude.
You don't know Maude.
I know, right?
No one knows.
I don't
Smelling
want
that smell, like everyone had been accounted for in this room, right? From
Yep.
the staff and the party. We're on the ground floor.
Yep.
She'll go out the window.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Takes her a little bit. It's one of those.
What part of
shuttered
buddy system did you
bed.
not understand?
I'll follow her buddy system. We got this.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can both
You
die.
stay
That's fine.
back and take care of Mr. Tomkins.
Oh, that. There's lots of people back
That's lovely.
there. We're
Thank
fine.
you.
She'll lean in close to Madison and be like, "There is something dead out here. Are you sure you want to come?"
Let me tell you one thing, Miss Vanderbelt. I have seen horrors, the likes of which you've never seen, that would make Mr. Littleton piss his pants, and I will go out into the darkness once again for the buddy system.
I think you underestimate the strength of my bladder, ma'am.
And meanwhile, Mr. Truscott is standing in front of the fireplace, holding out a discourse on, and here you see, Rhoda, this particular slide sketch is so typical of the British gentry of the time. And he looks over and goes, "Oh, I say, where did they go?"
Can I make a drawing roll to see if he's correct in his assessment of this sketch?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like slam
Absolutely.
him down. Slam him.
No,
Use your
he
luck.
failed it
Use
again.
all your
88.
luck.
All your luck.
I'll
Use
put
this.
this.
It's one of my
Needs a
best
new
skills.
occupation here.
Yes, it is representative. It's got a good point.
Meanwhile, okay, so we have. We'll keep George where he is for now, for just a little bit. Wanda and Maude, you make your way out through the lead glass window, or windows, I should perhaps say, and down into the flower bed beneath, about foot, maybe 2 foot out from that, is a fairly wide gravel path that runs sort of through the main part of the garden. And beyond that is the slightly unattended lawn slash apple trees, general sort of garden. But even though it's November, you can tell that there's a fair amount of weeds in there. No sign of anything in particular. What do you want to do?
So she is heading the opposite direction of the garden room so that Mr. Littleton doesn't see them.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
she
So
knows that.
back.
I was
towards
gonna
the,
say, do I see them through the garden room? Do I see them through
Duck
the
and
garden
cover.
room windows and go, "What are
Oh,
you
sorry.
doing?"
back
Absolutely
down
do.
towards the main entry porch and entry way of the house in the
Yeah,
courtyard.
her hope is to skirt around to where she's basically following her nose of wherever this dead smell's coming from. So if it's by the garden room, she'll go back and around that tree to just try and keep her distance. Hopefully letting the darkness envelop her enough that Mr. Littleton wouldn't see them.
Okay. What's Rhoda's plan of attack, as it were?
I mean, we're two women on the hunt, so kind of going in synchronicity, just kind of coming about behind her, like who's gonna come up on the back because I'm about to punch the out of them.
Very well. I would ask the pair of you to make tracking rolls, please.
I am
I
in
don't wanna.
physical pain right now. You have no idea.
Yeah. Woo!
It's quite dark out here.
I love you all so much. Oh my god.
Turn on the sun.
You're out in the dark, in the rain,
No.
meandering around a British country house garden in somewhat of a state of
Oh, you all deserve everything that's coming to you.
you basically spend about 20 minutes wandering around the garden. You manage to find a rabbit that you startle out from underneath one of the trees. But that's about the extent of anything.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
Fuck up that rabbit.
She's
gonna
jumpy right now. She's startled if something moves.
George would 1000% freak the fuck out if he hears a gunshot and rush back into the library going,
okay. So
what?
Yes, Maude manages to acquire some semblance of dinner for the party. Although, to be fair, a 16-gauge shotgun at point-blank range against a rabbit pretty much just leaves a red mess on the grass and nothing else. George and Alfred, would you care to make listen rolls?
No, certainly.
Sure, why not?
Two ladies out in the night.
With guns. Nope.
I don't have a gun.
I would make my way back into the library and shut the goddamn window.
George is maneuvering through the reception room when from out in the garden, very distinctly, is the sound of both barrels of a really large shotgun going off, like the biggest that you know.
Fuck!
The rest of the group basically just think that it's the thunder.
Yes.
Thunder.
Yes, but I know that noise.
Mm-hmm.
I know that noise like the back of my hand.
What sort of
Miss
noise
Madison,
does the back of your hand make?
Did we see anything at all? Why are we still out here?
Because, Miss Vanderbelt, we are hunters. And somewhere out here is our prey, causing fear and nightmare to all of us inside. We have to protect those men. They need protecting. Easily scared, easily traumatized they are.
Mr. Tomkins is injured.
Yes, I don't think he was going to make it through the night, honestly.
No, he'll make it through the night. He has to. He's a strong constitution.
No, he's not. He's an artist. If anything, he's the opposite. They are rarely fed. They don't make enough money to go see the doctor. He probably hasn't seen a dentist in a decade at least.
Miss Madison.
What?
Cut the young
Do you want the
man some
truth or do
slack.
you want a little sugar cookie?
Not everyone has the best luck in this world.
No, and he does not have any luck. It's unfortunate. And I like Tomkins. I love him. He's adorable.
I don't want to give out hope that he'll live through the night. I have passed and that ship has sailed.
Are you questioning my medical expertise?
You're
I'm
not there.
Offended.
You're not
I
there.
know I'm
They're
not there, but I
outside.
can feel it in my bones.
You
He
should
sneezed
feel it.
twice.
Yeah.
I can feel
you
it in
didn't
my
press
bones,
hard
too.
enough
It's
on the
cold.
hole. You should have been like, eh.
Shall we continue around the back of the house then?
Yes, I think in order for us to sleep well tonight, we're going to have to do a perimeter sweep. See if we are truly safe.
Miss Madison, I don't believe we'll be sleeping tonight. I believe we'll be out here until the sun rises.
Well, as long as the hot chocolate flows and my little friend here continues to divulge me its secrets, we should be fine.
Perhaps a drink to warm us both up.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Here you go. It's a little something from another country.
She'll drink. That is god awful.
Yes, they call it Everclear. It's here it could power a vehicle of some sort.
I can't taste anything anymore. She'll continue around the back of the house doing a perimeter sweep.
Okay.
Let's do this.
So, George's reaction. George rushes into the room and practically trips over Alfred as Alfred is sitting in the chair.
Ow!
That's sort of basically blocking the window, mostly. You said you were basically rushing forwards, and do you stop to take account of who's in the room before you go to close the window, or
Yes.
the women are missing?
I would still close the window.
Very well.
No, wait
Then I would immediately leave the room towards the front hall. And are there how are the exterior lights lit? Are they flame or are they electricity at this point in time?
Exterior lights?
Porch lights, the front, like, are there lights to either side of the door? Are there torches outside? Nope. Are there anything?
Nope.
There have to be torches of some kind.
Nope.
It's raining.
The only lights you have are the lights that are shining out from various windows, somewhat dimly, with gaslight that flickers from the occupied.
In that case,
rooms.
if that's the case, then I would drag Oliver with me.
Mm-hmm.
And any sort of hand torches that we could bring with us to kind of light our way, I would take up. I would also thrust a shotgun into Oliver's hands, and kind of drag him out the front door with me.
Okay. Alfred. What's Alfred's reactions to all of this commotion?
Yeah, well, I see Little come in and close the window, then go out with Mr. Oliver, leaving me with, what's-his-face, Truscott over here, and the other one. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to look out the window to see if I can
with Alfred as well.
Oh, goodness. No, thank you. I'll just
Whether
lean
like
it up
it or
against
not,
the
Alfred.
wall. All right. Yes, good. Yes. And I lean it up against... I put it in the chair where I was sitting. And then I'm going to get up and look out the window to see if I can see the girls.
Make a spot hidden.
Oh, gladly. Where did that go now? Okay. Oh, yes, there they are.
Ooh. Yep. You spot them.
By that puddle of
They
red.
appear to have made almost like a small. There's a gap in the clouds just enough to let the moon shine through that illuminates the two ladies as they're huddling underneath a large oak tree, presumably trying to keep out of the worst of the wind and the wet.
Yes, I open the window and call out and say, "Hello? Have you found anything?"
Rhoda and Maude can make listen rolls. And actually a spot hidden as well, for that matter.
Don't shoot it, Maude.
Oh God! Please don't.
Well, Maude sees Alfred opening the window that apparently had been shut in the meanwhile. You didn't quite catch who or why.
George shut it.
And lean out and
We'll just say
shout
George shut
something,
it.
but the wind just takes whatever Alfred is shouting across the distance away.
Did you hear
But he is
anything he
looking
just said?
straight in your direction.
I did not hear a goddamn thing over this rain and the fuzzies that this lovely liquid is providing me. What's up? Did you hear anything?
No, I believe he wants
Upon
us to
seeing no
continue
reaction.
on.
Alfred climbs out the window
What a gentleman.
without the gun.
We're like little chickens.
Yes, we are.
Herding
I said to trust.
cats. Literally
I turn around and I say,
herding cats.
I want to play
I
with
turn
the
around.
monster.
I turn around, and to Truscott, I say with all sincerity, "I'm going out to protect the women. Stay here."
Oh, they're very well. Good show. Good show.
We need to protect Alfred. I've only known him for like an hour, but I would kill everyone if something happened to him.
Glorious himbo.
Is he coming out the window?
I think
What's that?
he is such a dashing man. Look at him go. Oh,
Can
that's
I
gonna
just
open
go
up
ahead
that
and put the
wound.
shotgun in my mouth now? That would be the fastest way out of this
Content
situation. Jesus Christ.
And if you'll allow, I would go over and try to get closer to them, just completely oblivious to any danger.
Oh, Mr. Tomkins.
Hello. Yes, all right. Have you found any magicians?
Oh, the only magician here is you. You with the bullet hole and you're sauntering about in those tight little pants, climbing through that window. You're such a majestic creature,
quite
Mr.
painful.
Tompkins.
That
It's
just
quite
says how
painful.
good of a
Should
medic I actually am, you
Quiet,
bastard.
George, you're not here. I said it's quite painful. And the bullet hole is as well. Mostly the tight pants.
Drink this, Mr. Tompkins. Drink
Oh,
this.
yes,
You
let's
won't
pour this
feel
over
anything.
Yes, have some.
Right?
No.
Oh, that hurts
in his
very
mouth.
much.
Yeah, pour
In
some
his mouth.
Everclear in
No,
the
no,
hole.
Excellent.
What do you say we go and investigate the summer house? Yes, because that's where the mound was. Correct?
Good idea.
Oh, you weren't here for that.
Capital.
Rhoda, we found a painting, and there used to be that summer house there, and he points at the summer house to the north. It is a newer construction, but there was a mound. I don't know, but perhaps whatever Mr. Little saw in the garden was heading that direction.
I like
Then
this.
that way
You
we
are a
should go.
go-getter, Mr. Tompkins. If you had any other industry that you found interesting, I have no hesitation that you would have been a successful man.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes. He's completely oblivious to any backhanded insult there, and takes that. Yes, quite.
Should
Adequate.
we inform Mr. Littleton? His poor little
sure
heart.
he'll be
I'm
fine
sure he
with
us,
knows.
yeah.
Please.
I don't want him to be there alone. Those other people, they're not good conversations. They seem to just stand around and sit and gaze off into walls. And
I think
I
he's
would like a big,
predicting all
strong
of the.
gun.
He's
Hmm?
come now to the summer house.
Yes, we Oliver and I would go around to the west side of the house, trying to locate the ladies, not knowing that Alfred had defenestrated himself, and trying to kind of catch up, keep up, and keep an eye out for anything else untoward.
Very
So
well.
if we could
two
go
two
to
things
that.
I need. One is a tracking roll from Alfred.
Oh, very good. Let me pull out my tracking ability, which is, of course, better than I expected.
A 0.
It's a 10.
Very well.
It's
The
my attention
other
to detail. Oh,
is
fail and
a
fail, fail, fail.
tracking roll followed by a spot hidden roll from George.
Tracking roll. Fail.
I'm
Spot
so
hidden.
close on that tracking roll.
A success.
The tracking roll's close.
I will say that you may want to consider spending the
Can I
1
push?
point of luck on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
tracking
yeah.
roll.
I will absolutely spend the luck on that tracking roll. Which brings my luck down to... Where do I find my luck? Where did it go?
Just underneath the left-hand side by sanity.
There it is. Brings that down to a 31. Thank you very, very, very much.
So George spots the group of 3 shapes that basically pretty quickly resolve
And
themselves.
the open window.
Coming towards
Damn
that.
it!
First of all, he spots the shape of the 3 people moving towards the back end of the garden. He moves to intercept. In doing so, he spots the open window, but more importantly, he also spots a set of tracks leading essentially out away from the tracks that he's seen before from to and from the window, but he also now spots in the gravel the continuation of those tracks leading out of the walled garden.
I would drag Oliver with me in the direction of Alfred, Maude, and Rhoda rather than following the tracks. I find that it is more important to get the group back together and strengthen numbers rather than following the tracks.
Indeed.
But I would, as soon as I catch up to them, I would inform them of the tracks and tell them that we need to be on high alert for whatever made them.
Oh, Little. Hello.
What?
Oh, I've so missed you.
Wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Ah!
Well, don't yell. Jeez.
Deserve to die.
Now,
Oh
Little.
my
God.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that is horrific.
No.
Vanderbilt, fire his ass
that.
like right now.
I didn't say that. I did not say
Bullet
that.
wound notwithstanding, I don't think any of us are in any real danger. We
do
saw 3
apologize.
costumed magicians.
Yes, who's ever afraid of a
And so
magician?
you thought the best idea was to wander off into the dark in search of men with guns.
Yes.
Well, we have guns as well. Well, I left my gun inside.
Yes,
Well, I got my
you did.
2-piece shooter right here.
Maude
I would
saunter
glare
up.
at Rhoda. Like, just not even speak, just and look at Maude and go, you, of all people, I would expect better from.
Well, dear,
and then
if you
cock
want
my
something
shotgun.
said,
Well, lead
you
along. Lead the way.
if you want something done right, you ask
Oliver,
a woman.
these are your friends and your guests. This is entirely your fault.
Ooh, I'd like to take some of the blame.
Need...
Nope. Entirely Oliver. Oliver, this is your doing.
All right, everyone, take a deep breath.
So help me, Lord Jesus.
All right, settle down. Now, Miss Vanderbelt, what were you going to say?
She'll take Mr. Littleton's face in her hands.
Yeah.
You need to calm down.
Do
dear.
tell. Do tell.
Calm down, dear. All right,
I'm
you are
calm.
not at war.
I'm calm.
We're going to make it through this. We're going to the summer house. We're going to figure this out now.
I am going to quote you on that.
Go ahead. I didn't know you were
I'll
a
take up the
reporter,
rear.
dear.
No. It's fine. Don't anyone listen to the soldier. Don't anyone listen to the man who's actually been to war. No, it's fine. No. Nobody listen to me.
Hold on, I've
Not
been
like
to
you
war
would.
before.
Oh, it's fine. And I start to just like mutter to myself as I walk behind them.
Vanderbilt, you
Well,
sure know how to
you
fix
make
No,
your
this.
it's
way
fine.
up
No,
to
everything's
the-
fine. It's just
to the
nothing
summer
to do with
house.
me. I don't know what I'm talking about at all. Oh no, yeah. I'm
All right, Little, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
A
Shut
circular
up!
stone folly. You get to the twin oak, but somewhat small doors, and realize that they are indeed locked.
Yeah.
Oliver does not have a key. The
Well
summer
then, let's
house
all
is
just
where
go back
Susan-
inside, shall we?
Maud will take the butt of the shotgun and try to break a
Of
window.
course she does.
Okay, well, make a strength check, Maude, please.
Can I be watching behind us with my gun drawn, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bounces off. She
Um,
cries.
That's close. That's close.
What do you do, George, when all of a sudden from behind you there's the no? Actually, no. Maude has already fired both of her barrels, so
It only
yeah.
takes one shot
There's
to
just
take
a
out a
rattling
rabbit.
of doors, but no, seemingly no
So-
effect.
Would I have a key?
No.
No.
Is there a window?
There are two
No,
windows.
I'm just going
I would
punch
make
one of those.
no, I would make momentary eye contact with Maude, pull out my service revolver, and shoot the lock.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile,
you
so,
are-
first of all, Rhoda, make a fighting brawl roll.
If we are set on this course of action, I suppose I should help you out as much as possible.
Okay.
There we go.
Rhoda manages to somehow strike the lead portion of the leaden glass window and not quite.
Son of a bitch! Ah! Woo!
This
And
Rhoda
that's-
character is getting more and more interesting.
And that is what prompts me to shoot the lock.
Go ahead and make a handgun roll, George, please.
Very well. Firearms, handgun. Nope.
Nope, you just managed to put a splinter in the wood. You missed
Give
the
that here.
proverbial closed barn door.
Nope, I'm going to take another shot before she can take the gun from me.
You could spend 4 luck, but if you're down to sort of 30 luck,
Oh,
that's
well,
getting-
in that case, I'll go ahead and spend the 4 luck rather than waste another round.
This expenditure of 4 luck is representative of George's frustration with the rest of the crew.
Yeah, no, it's his resignation to just like, oh, well, you know what? We're all going to die, so I might as well go out in style.
Okay, well, you managed to blow open the doors to this innocent summer house.
What is Oliver's reaction to this?
Oliver is sort of standing a little bit stupefied and horrified, but doesn't quite understand what's going on. And he's basically going to take a couple of rounds of being in shock.
To be quite frank, Oliver, neither do I.
You
Mr.
look
Littleton, might I-
inside,
Okay.
and inside is a dome-stone ceiling with two large windows looking out over the house and garden. Brightly coloured woven rugs cover the floor. An easel and a stack of paintings stand against one side of the curved wall, and opposite it is a battered desk covered in papers and books. There is a small wood burner in the middle of the room.
Alfred immediately goes to the paintings and starts looking
Okay.
through them.
George would stay just outside the door, holster his revolver, cock his shotgun, and be on rear watch.
Look, this is
one
some sort of art
That is
studio.
immediately obvious.
Oh, look at this man. And I show it to everyone because I was not there when this man showed up. I was asleep already. So I am going to spin it around and say, look at this fancy man. He's dressed like a knight.
I've seen him before.
In the painting?
Yes, he was in the drawing room.
Oh, okay.
George,
It's a duplicate
Mr. Littleton.
painting then.
No,
What?
no, he was there. Do not take that.
This
tone
man
with me.
specifically.
I am terribly sorry. What?
Oh my God, sassy, isn't he?
Just
No,
a
you see-
bit.
This man is at the
painting.
party.
What's he?
We saw
Oh.
him in the drawing room.
Oh, aye, we did. Now that is certainly odd.
Is there any writing on the
Oliver.
painting, notations, anything on the back?
Nope.
Oliver, would you Oliver, come here. Oliver! Snap out of it, lad.
What now, George?
Take a look at this. Who is this? Where did this painting come from?
I don't know. I guess Susan must have dabbled it. No, Alfred
Would
would surely know more
I-
about that than.
Would I know whether Susan would be capable, as her tutor, as her painting tutor, would I know of her capability of whether she could make something like this?
That is definitely a painting in Susan's style.
Yes, it looks like it does. This does look like Susan's technique, but I mean, for a portraiture such as this, someone would have to sit for the painting, and maybe she met this man before.
He said that he
Was-
was the lord of the manor, right?
No, that's Oliver. Oliver's the lord of the manor. He says stupidly.
Was this the man that shot you? No.
No, but he is dressed as a knight. Perhaps this is
Not remember his name.
well,
because he.
I was about to say
introduced
Godfrey,
himself.
but that's ridiculous. He can't be Lord. He can't be Sir Godfrey, because Sir Godfrey lived 100 years ago.
So
Well,
um
maybe it's a
Was his
doppelganger
name
of some
Randall?
sort.
Or his descendant.
Yes, there you go.
I do swear. You
Maude recalls his words upon being asked who he was. The owner of Hillcote Manor, by name Sir Godfrey Haskins, Knight of the Realm. By the grace of God, I serve King Charles of England, France, and Ireland.
George, you have a strange look in your eyes. Maud, you have a odd look. What's going on?
feel like
Maude
I've
just
seen a
looks
ghost.
over at Mr. Littleton.
A ghost?
Can't be happening.
Well, this
This has to be
it might
some
not
kind
have
of
happened.
trick.
Or
No,
magicians.
this has to be.
Uses magicians.
Magicians are always doing these weird things.
I would
Oliver,
round on Sir Oliver. What sort of trickery is this, Oliver? Are you having us on? Are you having a lark? Explain yourself. Either you're
Yeah,
doing
Oliver.
something, or I've had too much to drink this evening.
Or both.
No,
It's
no,
probably...
Alfred. And they would like pat Alfred. No, trust me, I've had far more to drink than this.
Right.
This has got to be a trickery of some kind. This is some sort of a joke. Is this a joke, Oliver? Are you having me on?
Are
And
you
not at
pulling
all
his wanker?
coincidentally, that was a perfect time for Party Wipe Games to come and raid us.
Hello, party wipes.
Hi.
Yeah.
Nervously look away.
Scared. Surely, Oliver, this is a joke.
It must be.
I don't understand. I don't understand what. And this is. I mean, this is just a painting.
Yes. But it seems like Susan painted this. And, well, if it is of Sir Godfrey, she must have seen it somewhere else and copied the painting. That makes the most sense, yes?
No,
It's the
we
only
saw
logical
him.
explanation.
Okay, you keep saying you saw him, but I have no idea what you're speaking of.
Mr. Littleton, we saw him. Sitting
The
in the
man
chair
in the
and
painting.
drawing.
Care who we saw. That's not. That is not why we're out here. We have to find the figure at the window. Can we look about a bit more, and we can come back to this in the morning. We are all in danger. There is somebody about who has not been accounted for. Can I look around and see if there's anything else disturbed inside the summer house? Can I see if there's...
Well, for starters, there's all the paperwork. So, for example, you look around and you find a letter.
Ooh.
I would pick it up, read it briefly, and then hand it to Sir Oliver. Is this not Lady Susan's handwriting?
What? Well, it looks as though it could be, certainly.
This is not...
But I know she hasn't been feeling well of late.
I'm going to take the letter and read it also.
Sure.
If there's nothing else inside the room that seems amiss, I would step back out the door.
Okay.
She seems as though she's speaking to Sir Godfrey. She speaks of Charles, her husband.
Is she a
Since passed,
necrophile? Is that what it's called when you...
No, I don't think so. I think she's
relations with a dead
perhaps she
person?
is trying to use historical magic as those men to bring her husband back.
Oh, God. Well, I say if we accost her, maybe we can rent the whole thing.
Yes, we should speak to Susan right away. But also, read this final line, and I'm going to hand it out to Rhoda and Maude. Maude and Rhoda. Sounds like you're from a 70s sitcom. I'm going to hand it out to Rhoda and Maude. And say, what do you make of this? But it says, the Venus is just risen. What? Any astrologers among you? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, she'll read it out loud. I will await you here in this place where you first appeared to me at the appointed hour. when the stars are right and Venus is just.
You know what? In some
Speaking of such
cultures,
things,
Venus is associated
you
with
also
sexual
find
arousal.
an ancient book of notes and drawings. I think we're talking education roles.
Oh, god damn it.
I am keeping a keen eye outside the door for any sort of movement or any sort of threat.
Education roll.
Can I spend 8
Oh,
luck?
yes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I have succeeded. I did go to school for painting.
Woo!
Okay. Alfred looks at the notes and looks up at the cloudy sky above, looks down at the notes, and puts together the reference to Venus rising in the letter.
Aha. Venus is a planet.
Yes. And if you're right, Venus will rise at the appropriate spot tomorrow evening between 7 and 8 in the evening.
The time that this letter references speaks of tomorrow night.
Then we need to talk to Susan now. Or
Yes,
at
we
least
must
this
make it.
afternoon.
Is there anything else in this room that we've not? No, you said there's a wood burning stove. There was some.
Yes.
Any other paintings of note?
A couple of training pieces.
Yes.
Alfred has spent some time with Susan over the last few weeks out here, teaching her his style and fundamentals, but nothing that is unexpected or that sort of seems germane.
You know, it does come back to me that when we were at dinner, Oliver, didn't Susan say something about ghosts?
Well, yeah, she mentioned that Coloni's story about the witch hunter pursuivant. Nathaniel, was it?
Oh, yes, I suppose.
Oh, and the ghost of Exmoor, yes. All those stories that the villagers tell.
I'm unfamiliar with those stories. Do you recall them?
It's just poppycocking nonsense in sheer local.
We're having a sleepover party. I believe a ghost story is in order.
I'm sure Susan could do it better, but if I get it right, the locals have this cockamamie theory that any time anything gets stolen or dies or goes wrong, it's because the ghost of the moor has come along and done the bad deed.
That's ridiculous.
This whole night is ridiculous.
We should talk to Susan. Should we wait till the morning?
No, we're gonna wake that bitch up now.
All right, let's wake the bitch up.
There we go.
My goodness, language.
Pardon,
We're past that.
Yes,
it is in the morning. We are past that.
Right. Please, Rhoda, you seem most determined. You lead the way.
All right, let's do this.
Mr. Littleton, I believe we are heading out now.
Oh,
Mr. Littleton, cover my
absolutely
six.
fine. Just take no.
I do want to. If he
George
listens,
is being George is being preternaturally quiet.
Yeah, I like Alfred is sort of like trying to share all of these gleanings that they got within the summer house, sort of these connections to Little, but he's doing it in sort of a way like, isn't that funny? Isn't that peculiar?
Hush, lad.
Ooh, all right,
We can talk all about it in the morning.
we're going to wake up Susan.
We're not. We can
And
make
you
it
go
all-
back. And Susan is part of the group down. How do you want to approach Susan in all of this? Oliver is very much of the please be gentle, sort of taking care of his sister that's had a very rough time, both her father and husband killed in the war, etc., etc.
Isn't this something that could wait until morning light?
No, of course not. We have been woken from our chambers for this very reason. If I have to lose
You
sleep,
were woken
no
from
doubt
your chambers to keep you all safe, which you have all decided not to do.
I don't know about that.
Now
We've
listen.
been keeping safe in our own hands.
We need. She's right. We need answers. Oh goodness! What was that noise? We need answers.
Shoot it. And we're going to
We
get
need to
answers,
find
damn
out
it.
Susan knows.
Susan!
What?
Perhaps Susan would be more agreeable in the morning. Maybe we all need to.
Perhaps we should let Sir Oliver decide. She is his better half, as it were.
Well, sister, but yes.
At this point,
Right.
if we have at least
Same thing.
until tomorrow night, I think we're better off approaching this with a fresh mind in the morning. I'm sure that a few hours rest will do us all good.
Oh, would it? Right.
I would
All right,
still
very good.
like for us to double up, as it were. Perhaps the ladies. I don't mean to presume, but Miss Vanderbelt, Miss Madison, perhaps you could spend the night in a room together.
I'd like to
Alfred,
sleep
if
like with
you
friend
would
Oliver.
like to bunk with me this evening so that we could keep an eye on each other.
How about the two of us sleep in
And
Oliver's
Sir Oliver, if you could,
Okay, all right.
perhaps spend the night with your sister. I believe that
That's gross.
that it would be best if no one spent the night alone.
Oh, I'm sure that can be suitably arranged as long as people are amenable to their partnerships. But we have
if
plenty
anyone
of.
would like to change those arrangements, I'm not particular as to who spends the night with whom.
Yeah.
I am simply of the mind that no one should be alone this evening.
I also agree.
Vanderbilt, I
Yes.
score.
What was
I
that,
mean-
Miss Madison?
I snore. I just wanted you to know.
She grimaces. Perhaps maybe we could make different arrangements.
Hey, Miss
too-
Madison,
too
I
much
do
for you?
snore as well, so if you'd like to spend the night with me, I don't think that I would mind. I am used to the snoring of a freight train from the gentlemen in my platoon. Miss
Now,
Vanderbilt,
Mr.
Mr.
Littleton,
Tomkins,
I am
if you would
a-
like to spend the evening together, I believe that might be more amenable.
Mr. Littleton, I am a prized stallion, okay? And I can't be sauntering on and spending my nights with just any man.
Miss Madison, I do not intend to sleep tonight, so you do whatever you like.
Well, now, that is quite forward. Oh, jeez. Do you have a ring? Are you proposing now, or are you going to do it later?
Miss Madison, you're Parisian.
It's true.
Miss Madison, if you would like to spend the night alone, you are more than welcome to.
I am going to spend the night
As a matter
at
of
Miss
fact,
Van.
I don't think that I shall be sleeping this evening. So,
I'm going to sleep with all of it.
I think that my time might be best spent on patrol. So if you
You
don't
will be
mind,
exhausted.
if you don't, if I am not being too untoward, I shall take my leave of everyone, and I will take my shotgun, a pocket full of extra rounds for the shotgun, my service revolver, and I shall patrol the building. I'll just do a circuit, the ground floor first, up the stairs, check the hall, and I will spend the evening on watch. As a soldier, I am not unfamiliar with spending a night without sleep. It won't bother me terribly to spend another one. So
I was going to say, at this point,
it's
it's more like 3 a.m. anyhow, so it's
yeah. No,
pretty
I'll
much
just spend the rest of the night patrolling and making sure. Like I'll literally just spend the rest of the evening keeping watch. I won't bother to sleep tonight.
Very well. Miss Vanderbelt, how are you settling in for the remainder of this now?
Sleep with me, Vanderbilt.
So forward.
So charming.
I know.
We have a lot to talk about. Let's do it.
Yes, like your relationship with Ernest or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be glad to, my dear. Absolutely. No worries.
Yeah, I guess she'll bunk with Madison.
Yeah. Alfred's gonna crash with Oliver just because they're good friends, and Oliver probably has a very big room.
So, he's got a very big room and a very big bed, and yeah, that's just not an issue.
Yeah, Maude will insist that they stay in her room because it is quite larger than Madison's.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. Too bad we never found that dagger or whatever, that razor. Lost in the darkness, as it were. In any case, how do you fancy Oliver?
Don't quite know now, but why are you here? Just
Why am
along
I?
with Ernest?
Yes, I am a reputable individual whose presence is desired at most shindigs.
Shindigs, huh?
Yes.
And how is it that you came to know Mr. Trescott?
Oh, I think we were kind of in the same spheres, almost like a diagram of some sorts. We bumped into each other like wonderful sparkly comets in the sky, and ever since then it's just been a magical journey that I can't really describe.
Maude will lean in extremely close to Miss Madison. Are you a whore, dear?
A whore? You think I am a no. That word in of itself is somewhat archaic. A man can move about like a wildebeest through the flock, and people clap. And if a woman does the same, it's suddenly a different word. No, I like you am quite romantic, seeking that one bit of flower to ingest and to behold for the rest of my days.
Oh dear, we are nothing alike.
This is true. I don't have money to fall back on. I'm not part of the 1%. My life has been hard, and I had to work for many of the things that I do have. Well, you yourself have some... Well, you know what you have.
Yes.
Yes! Well, less luck and more so the ability to be born to individuals who took advantage of marginalized communities in the past.
No, dear. Sweet dreams.
Of course, I do love our nights together.
Then, of course, it wouldn't be a staying awake night watch without asking George for a listen roll.
Well, shit. Listen. Ah, damn it.
Perfect.
That's a solid, what, like
Well,
14 points if I want to put... Oh, can I push that roll, please?
You can, yeah, sure, you can push this roll. That's perfectly fine. You just
I
gotta
don't
get a
wanna
hard.
look. Oh, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Ah, fuck.
Okay. We will come to the results of that roll at the start of the next session.
Just kill me now. Just kill me now.
For I think as the group, well, with the exception of George, is snuggling into their cozy blankets.
George is very tired.
trying to kick the water bottle more onto their
that was
side
so
of their bed
dumb.
from their partner.
That was so dumb. Why did I do that? Oh, why did I do that?
We will
Vanderbilt getting
draw
cuddled.
a quiet curtain over the morning of November 30th, 1928 on X.
Everybody wakes up to find George spread across the lawn in various bits and
my.
pieces.
Oh, okay.
And say,
Oh, God, that
thank
was so
you
stupid.
and
Why did I
good
do that? Oh.
Oh,
I love it.
I don't know that I've ever enjoyed watching a Call of Cthulhu scenario quite as much as this one.
Yeah. Like, I
whether
have
we
played...
just go around and
Yeah.
give a salute to the poor unfortunates who decided that they were going to spend tonight watching our attempt at achieving a goal. James,
It's great.
who are
me
you? Where can we
first.
find you and all that good stuff?
Oh, we who are about to die salute you. I am James. I am here now every Sunday night with the Age of Ashes campaign. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of online presence. I'm working on a Twitter account so that Sam doesn't get mad at me anymore. But thank you so much for letting me play. I love this so much. And yeah, check us out on Sunday nights for Age of Ashes with Pathfinder. Don't forget to check us out on patreon.com/penny for a tale. Like, subscribe, check out our YouTube channel. Mitch, this is literally me just whoring for you every single time I play. Yes. Yeah, give us all your money because you love us and you know you do.
Doc.
Yeah, I'll go next. Sure. I'm Doc. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter and also on twitch.tv/Doc Rimbo, where most of my time on it's usually Wednesdays and Thursdays. I play on a Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay server called WildRP. And my favorite character that I'm playing right now is a girl named Princess Biscuits, who grew up on whiskey and candy and cigarettes, and she's currently been made a cadet of the Deputy Police Force. So she's going to be a police officer. It's absurd.
This is awesome.
And it's so
I'm gonna hop
and,
on the server.
please
That
watch
is so
tomorrow
beautiful.
or come play. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. Other stuff I've got going on, not much else. Waiting to hear if anything else comes up soon, but I'm excited that we get to maybe stretch this little thing into another session. And I love this group, and I love the story, so I'm happy about that.
And Sam, how you doing?
Doing great. Hey guys, I'm Sam, Scribbling Penny. You can find me anywhere under that name. I run the Pathfinder Beginning campaign on Fridays at 8:30. So make sure you come and check that out. It was fun. Crazy things are happening. I don't even quite know what's going to go on. Just a reminder that our Brotherhood of Shadows campaign tomorrow is canceled. And yeah, James has already pitched our Age of Ashes campaign, which is so epic. I'm still reeling about what happened. So it was great. Yeah, that's all for me.
And finally, but by no means least, the role-playing powerhouse that had me shaking in my boots when I realized I'd finally be able to play with them, Mitch.
I am so sorry. Hi, I am Mitchell, Penny for a Tale. You can find me sometimes here, or Weave the Tale. You can also find me tomorrow at Fable Forge, as well as some Raptor channel. So just follow me on Twitter. You'll find it. This was an absolute delight. I'm not taking this outfit off for a week. And I just love everyone that I got to play with today. It was amazing.
And I'm RQ Staffan. Penny for a Tale seems to be my streaming home for the moment, and I'm all the happier for it. I get to attempt to learn yet more Pathfinder on Friday and see how that system actually works. And we will be back here. I will work the schedule to see when we get to finalize this particular arc of Call of Cthulhu, and who knows, more to follow. But certainly from me and all of these wonderful people, please follow them all if you can, if they have it. Thank you so much for watching, whether it's on YouTube, the live. It's been a pleasure.